Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
A 35-year-old Texas woman was arrested for drug possession while wearing a DARE shirt. Her community service will include teaching Alanis Morissette the actual definition of irony. Raiders receiver Devontae Adams was charged with assault, but on the plus side, at least now, he has something in common with most Raiders fans. Today is National No Bra Day. Hopefully, Sofia Vergara observes it and Chris Christie doesn't.
Prospector ruins everything, even the news. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Fun on the phones. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. And with Halloween coming up, you know the costume places are going to start getting busy. They're going to be getting the phone calls, and they're going to try and help people. I thought it'd be fun to call and try to get an inappropriate costume to be like a sexy costume. You know what I mean? So the costume itself is fine until I want to make it sexy, and now it's inappropriate. And I'm going to be using my silly character, Klaus, to do it. It's time for another Prospector prank call on Rock 107. Yes, hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm calling for a costume. Do you have them?
Yeah, we have all types of costumes.
Okay. My name is Klaus. Who am I speaking to?
This is Andy.
Andy, okay. So this year I want to put together a costume, and I need suggestions how to assemble how to do the perfect sexy costume. I'm so excited. You have a moment to help, please?
Yeah, let's.
I look forward to your suggestions. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you ready? Okay, so the first costume I want to be sexy 911 operator. Like the 911, what's your emergency, baby? Oh, you like that?
I don't know if they have an exact uniform for that costume that you want. Maybe a headset or something, but I don't think that's going to make you look sexy because with the operator.
Well, why do you say that?
It's not really a job to be sexy for when people are in distress calling.
Oh, okay. Let me give you another one. This one, I want to be very sexy human resources director for a big company. So there's somebody coming in to be harassed. They come to me and I give them the report and I'm so sexy. They get distracted. What do you think of that one, making me something sexy?
Yeah, I don't think that's quite appropriate.
Why do you say that?
You're helping people. I don't think you're going to be trying to be sexy.
It's always good to be sexy, right? Okay. I give you one more, another one. Maybe I could be... This is a sexy high school counselor. Like a student comes in, they get the FAFSA form, and I'm like, hey, yeah. They'd be like, you're so hot. Everybody wants to come see me for the counseling and say hello.
Oh, I think that's very inappropriate for high school.
What's so inappropriate?
Because you're dealing with a bunch of kids. You don't want to be sexy for kids. That's gross.
All right. We don't do the kids, right? We don't do. How about I say this? How about I want to be a sexy gynecologist? Yeah, now that's very sexy, right? Very sexy.
Oh, gynecologist, huh? This is a joke, right?
Well, why are you laughing so hard like it's a joke? You've not helped me at all. I want to be the sexy gynecologist.
Oh, this has got to be a joke. How would this even work?
Because the person comes in and it's a very sexy environment. We put on some music and I'm like, hey, baby, what's happening to you? I talk to them in a way, that say, I'm like, do you have to be ugly to be gynecology exam?
I don't think you're going to be sexy.
I think that's so great. I think it's so great you're getting so much, amusement out of this. I'm trying to be sexy costume. You have nothing for me. Let me get this straight. A sexy infant. That would be out of the question, all right? A sexy
infant? We definitely don't have no sexy infant.
You know what? You know what I'm saying? Look, you help me make a costume. You have something, all right?
Yeah, we have all types of costumes.
We can get a big baby diaper, not like a baby diaper, but something like carve out the abs for me or something. Oh, look at that baby. It's so hot. Do you have anything like that?
Who is this? You got to be kidding me right now.
My name is Klaus, Klaus. I'm trying to be sexy for Halloween. You're not even helping me. You're not helping me.
Kidding me right now. This is not real, right?
Actually, it's not real. You're on Rock 107 right now, man. This is a Prospector prank call. I'm Prospector.
Oh, so I'm on the radio right now?
Yeah, man, it's not real. I'm not Klaus. I'm not trying to be a sexy gynecologist. You're okay, man. You're off the hook.
Yeah, you got me going. I was, thinking, what is up with this guy?
Why don't you want to help me be sexy for Halloween? Come on.
Oh, my God, it has to be a joke. 'Cause I'm just thinking, what is the matter with this guy?
Now, there's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A kid in Illinois who spent his entire life in the hospital finally got to go home on Tuesday. His name, Francisco Bruno, and he'll turn free in a few months. He's got a rare condition called skeletal dysplasia that affects his ribs and keeps his lungs from developing. but he's in a spot now where he doesn't need constant medical care anymore. All his nurses and doctors showed up to see him off.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
You might think I'd be definitely against it because I'm quite the contrarian and very picky about food. You'd be wrong. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. A little Thirsty Thursday, this or that today. And it's dealing with breakfast for dinner. Yeah, I am a very picky eater, and you might be thinking, well, Prospector's never going to have breakfast for dinner. Wrong. I love it. I'm Team Yay, and that's what I want to know on this or that. Are you Team Yay or Team Nay when it comes to breakfast for dinner? That's what I'm looking for. Chris on Facebook.com/Angry Prospector says, Team Yay. When I was growing up and money was tight, Mom made breakfast for dinner all the time. Shelly, Team Nay. I don't dig it. I don't like it. Out of the rock lines, Lee in Moscow. Are you Team Yay or Team Nay? Breakfast for dinner.
Oh, Team Yay, definitely.
You say it like it's a sacrilege I'm even asking.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's your go-to breakfast for dinner meal then?
We do French toast, bacon, or maybe steak and eggs.
That sounds so delicious. Gene says food and food, and it's why I'm 40 pounds overweight. I don't care. My belly doesn't care. I'm Team Yay. Lisa, absolutely. Fresh homemade hash browns or home fries, onions, peppers, the works, fried eggs, nice whole grain toast for dunking. It's the perfect meal. Bill and Nanticoke on the rock lines, breakfast for dinner. Team Yay or Team Nay? What do you think?
Team Yay.
Team Yay. Now, how often do you do it?
Probably once a month.
Once a month. Now, is it like when you're out somewhere, or do you do it at home?
Both.
Both. Okay. You don't matter. You can go to the diner and order breakfast for dinner, or make something at the house, huh?
Breakfast is good anytime.
Breakfast is good anytime. Thirsty Thursday, this or that. Breakfast for dinner. Are you Team Yay or Team Nay? Catherine says, nay, I'm not a breakfast person. Toast and PBJ for me, that's my deal. Amy Sue says, I always wondered who's given the job of choosing, labeling what foods should be breakfast foods. Having said that, I could eat breakfast foods all day long. I'm Team Yay. Dave from Nicholson on the rock lines. Team Yay or Team Nay on this whole breakfast for dinner thing, buddy?
Yay, yo, I can eat breakfast food all day, every day. I love it. I'm dead serious. Breakfast is the bomb. Like, yeah.
Okay, so when you have breakfast for dinner, what's the go-to meal? What do you have?
Go-to meal would probably usually be, you got to have home fries, fried eggs, possibly a sandwich, egg McMuffin type thing, but my own version on a bagel.
Team Yay or Team Nay? Our Thirsty Thursday, this or that. Thomas says, no way, not ever. Breakfast is fine, but it's for the morning. And Courtney says, pancakes and bacon for dinner sounds good to me. It is strongly leaning Team Yay on our Thirsty Thursday, this or that. Breakfast is for dinner.
Jared Coleman.
Fact.
Jared Coleman supports an increase in property tax. He says he doesn't care if property tax triples because he hasn't paid it in over 10 years.
Fact.
Jared Coleman doesn't care about our children and would like to see an end to school meal programs. Quote, if kids come to school hungry, let them eat paste like we did.
Fact.
Jared Coleman says if he were in charge, only landowners would have the right to vote. In fact, Coleman says he has a plan to make landowner voting a reality, following his militia-backed takeover of the federal government. Now ask yourself, are we going to let Jared Coleman represent us? Not likely, because Jared Coleman is not running for political office. He's my next-door neighbor, and I just don't like him. Jared Coleman, he's my neighbor, and I don't like him.
Paid for by people who just don't like a guy named Jared Coleman.
What's a yam bag? A fool, an idiot, a blockhead, a dunce, or an ignoramus. You know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
This would be the lamest bank heist movie ever. Or maybe it could work as a comedy. A 56-year-old guy in Florida named Paul Sinclair is facing charges after he robbed a bank on Monday and used his finger as a gun. He walked into Chase Bank in Largo, Florida around 1:30 in the afternoon. Went up to a teller, had his hand held under his shirt so it looked like a gun. He told the teller to open her drawer and not to push any buttons to trigger a silent alarm. She complied, but didn't have much cash in her drawer. He only walked out with $120. Cops tracked him down 10 minutes later and arrested him. They confirmed at the time of the arrest he was unarmed. He's facing a felony charge for robbery and is being held on $10,000 bail.
Nominee number 2.
If you leave any amount of DNA at a crime scene, cops will catch you these days. Just watch any episode of Forensic Files. So this was more than enough to go on. A 67-year-old guy named Vernon Wilson tried to get into a guy's house in Burlington, North Carolina last Thursday. He had a gun and they struggled at the front door, and he fired at least one shot, but it only grazed the guy, who managed to slam the door and lock it. Vernon took off, but police were able to track him down thanks to some evidence he left behind. They found a glove with his severed finger still inside it. It turned out the homeowner had slammed the door on his hand, and that's when the guy lost the finger. They were able to use the finger to ID Vernon, who has a record and was already in the system. He's facing charges for first-degree burglary, assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
And the winner is
the thief who got caught after he left his severed finger at the crime scene. You are the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to tomorrow's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week, Friday morning on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.